Hello and welcome to today's video. After doing an Any Slam session and a Torch ID session, of course I gotta get to Uber Ancients. And as a reminder, we're gonna run 50 or 54 Uber Ancient runs to see is it worth to run Uber Ancients, should you do it, or should you just trade them away for Standard of Heroes or for runes. Just a small experiment. Now, generally speaking, I always recommend running them yourselves because it's pretty short and there's a high chance to get nice loot, and it's pretty fun. But let's just see what we end up getting. All of this is part of me trying to get rid of all of my boss materials before we move on to SSFHC on Monday. So look forward to that, but first, let's get into the video. So I'm going to put some gems on, gonna kill some Uber Ancients, and at the end, I'm gonna look over everything that we actually dropped and see if we actually found some value there. Alright, so this was the last run. My voice for some reason got corrupted in the recording, so I'm re-recording my voice. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of go over all the things that we found. And we found a bunch of jewels, a bunch of jewelry, a total of 69, specifically 69 wallstone shards, some weapons, and some pieces of armor. Here I accidentally put together all of the jewels that I found, so I'll hopefully make sure to correct that mistake very soon, because we found actually one super good jewel that we kind of mixed in with everything else. But yeah, firstly the jewels. I'm kind of going over separating like the blue jewels and the yellow jewels. Out of 54 runs, we found 13 blue jewels that we will use for fragments. None of them was that good, so we'll go ahead and frag them now. Yep, send it in. And we also found 13 rare jewels. One of them being very, very good. I'm sending it. That's a scary moment watching it back now. One of them is actually very valuable. Yeah, I'm realizing now my mistake. No, it was not that. Yeah, it was that one. Yeah, there it is. So that one jewel that we found was free life after each kill, free mana after each kill. These kind of jewels are worth north of 10 high runes usually, and that's the kind of jewels that I also use on my Mind Blasts in. So super valuable jewels. You can see, yeah, it's the kind of jewels that I have in my gear. So super cool to have found something like this. This alone makes all these runs kind of worth it. We can go over the calculations later of like what is actually worth it and what isn't. But super nice find right there. So this jewel, probably one of the biggest finds for me in recent like memory of the last couple of days. In terms of charms, these are the charms that we've dropped. We have... Oh yeah, I'm checking the other page, yeah, because we had that one skiller there. Look at me organizing stuff as we go. Things are pretty messy, but I would like to do jewelries, jewels, charms, you know, armors and weapons separately. So we have this small charm. Very, very nice small charm, 5 FHR, 11 poison res. Good for either sorceress players who use energy shield, or for Rathma if you want like extra FHR and Rathma. Very, very nice small charm. I used a bunch of those in my Rathma runs, so definitely a nice charm to have. The rest, we have a 13 all res, 19 life skiller. That's pretty solid stuff, you know. Just, yeah, very nice. Free minimum to maximum damage charm. That's just kind of like things that I keep. I don't know why I'm obsessed with these kind of charms. I just find them really, really cute. And we have a bunch of skillers, martial arts with dex, javelin with poison, and we have this combat skiller with fire damage. This is a pretty nice skiller for a vengeance paladin. Normally they would use small charms with flat elemental damage, but this too can be very, very solid for them as a GC. So very, very nice find. And let me organize them somewhere. I'll put them in the charm page. That's a good idea. So right now I'm not actually doing it right now. I've already done this. This is me watching myself doing it and trying to think, what was I thinking when I was doing that? But you know, we have a good time doing it. Okay, now we're going over to the armors. I saved a few rare armors. When you're looking through armors, it's definitely worth checking things that have like PDR, high enhanced damage, or res. We end up breaking this one. Have another PDR, ED, FHR one. Nothing too crazy, just okay-ish ones. This one rolled one socket. Pair of mage fists, ends up breaking. I'm thinking Inferno Strides. I know I had another pair dropped. Yes, I'm probably putting it together. We have a Sky Warden. That's a very nice shield. Yeah, let's move this. Yeah, let's move this somewhere safe. Yeah, here, I'll remember it. Okay. Yeah, the Frostwind. All sorts of stuff here. I really am a very messy player when I do all these things. One pair of Inferno Strides breaks. Other pair slams fire resist, not a very good slam. Frost burns -10 fire resist. You want either flat life, FCR, sometimes IAS. Extra gold, definitely not. We have this Trangle's Helm, +1 skills, 3 sockets. That's a brick, no thank you. Martyrdom, it's ethereal, so most likely won't see use, but I was just interested in what it's gonna slam. 2 sockets, that's not enough. Skywarden, +1, 3 sockets, these are your best slams. Super interesting new shield from Season 11. I personally think it's super interesting to try and use it in more places, and this one will not get used by anyone. A nice base for a Raphma belt, 88 life, 25 PLR, some poison res. If it had 2 max soul, we would have kept it, but sadly no. Alright, let's take some weapons now. We got a Frostwind with free to Arctic Blast. That's used by Arctic Blast druids. 4 sockets or +1 to all skills. That's what we're looking for. Brick, definitely not what we're looking for. So this one goes to the ground. Stone Raven, 4 skills, pretty low on the damage and minimal roll on the all resist. So pretty average or even below average. EDIS or 6 sockets are the slams you're looking for. Sadly, this was not it. Messer and Executioner's Justice, 2 of my recommended weapons for Maul Bears. You're looking for 6 sockets or EDIS on these weapons, but normally 6 sockets is the best slam. Let's go ahead and hit it here. And we do get 6 sockets on the Messer. That's very, very nice and can sell for some high runes. Had an average roll for damage, so that's not bad. And we get the 6 sockets on the GX as well, but sadly this one bricks with the 6 sockets, so not quite as useful. So far, the Jewel, the Charm, and the Messer are the big wins of the 54 runs, and of course all the Wallstone Shards and the SOH that we got from it. Yeah, we got this one Rainbow Facet we got on the first run actually. Let's go ahead and ID that. And we get free -5 poison resist. Jewel, that's not super good for a facet, so not too impressive. We'll keep it there for later. I saved a bunch of rare jewelry that I thought was interesting. We have this Raphma ring potentially with 40 life, dual res, fire and cold, and some PLR. It breaks, so not too interesting. A BK ring there. Am I slamming it? Oh, I'm doing the rare rings first. 8 to 13 damage, 4 to all attributes. That's cute with PLR. I don't know how good that actually is. Whenever I slam rare jewelry, I always first try to keep it to the side, see if something could ever use this. And then once I remember that nobody would want it, then I finally drop them. Another Raphma ring with a lot of res. Most of the res is to lightning, but still very, very nice res ring. With 26 to poison, 11 to cold and fire. Man after each kill, not quite what you're looking for in Raphma. 10 minimum damage. Ring. I've been hunting for all sorts of minimum damage rings recently. They're very underrated, both in the market and just players often just throw them on the ground. Minimum damage is worth it, guys. Remember it, okay? High minimum damage is good. We love minimum damage. Okay, another minimum damage ring, 11 minimum, 110 AR. Gets extra dexterity, which is nice, mostly on Amazons. 10 min with a lot of res. Gets even more fire res. That was a cute ring. I was hoping to get life leech on this one. And a rare amulet. That's 2 to necro, 10 FCR. Nothing else on it, really. It's a 13 minimum free maximum damage amulet. That's pretty strange. On the amulets, 8 vitality. That's on the ground. And now finally, all the unique jewelry. We got 5 unique rings and 4 unique amulets. 2 of these rings actually dropped at the same game, which means not all of them can be Manalds, but with my luck, 4 of them will be Manalds and 1 of them will be an Angel. So let's go ahead and ID those. And we have 1 Angel, 1 Manald, 2 Nagels, 3 Nagels, and 1 Carrion Wind. So all these rings can go to the floor. I have no interest in any of them. And for the amulets, let's see what we got. We got amulet number 1 is an Atmos. That's a pretty nice find. a crescent moon that goes to the ground, Atmas again on the same graphics, and a Mime Oak. These two can go to the ground. 2 slams on Atmas. And we're looking for +1 ED, CBF, faster one walk maybe. All these kind of slams are kind of good for us. So let's go ahead and give it a slam. First one gets Vitality, which is not great. And second one gets Lightning Res, which is also not that impressive. So that kind of wraps up our, run in here. We got that massive jewel. And if you just think about it, that jewel alone is worth like all these relics, kind of. So maybe it was worth it. Normally, I drop a couple high runes, but this time I ended up not getting any. So it is what it is. And yeah, I guess with that said, thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you in the next stream or the next video. Make sure to look forward to our SSF HC with the Paladin starting Monday, the 8th of September. And till then, have a good whatever you're having. See you in the next stream or in the next video. And bye bye bye.